Alright, here's my Velotrek Discover e-bike. I guess a pretty typical e-bike for size and weight and all that good kind of stuff. Everybody on the forums ask, what's the best e-bike rack? Well, here's my truck, and the e-bike rack is there, but you don't see it. So let's take a look at what I do that's a lot bit different than what most folks do for their e-bike. Alright, start off with, I've got a bed cover. You don't need a bed cover, but just to show you that this method works with a bed cover. So I'm going to pull this open. See a step stool there, and then I'm going to open this bed cover. Alright, tailgate down, and then whatever you normally do to open your bed cover. I'm going to open it a couple clicks. And then, did you see this? This is the bike rack. Alright, it is a tiny little thing. You could probably put, I got two of them, two bikes. You could probably put this in your glove box. But it will stay here. I leave it here all the time. We ride bikes a lot, and I don't have to mess with taking a e-bike rack off and on the hitch and or in and out of the truck or what have you. So this stays here all the time. Now this connects down, and it's going to be dark as night. There we go. All right, this has a clamp here that connects to a fin on your bed. Now with a bed cover, this piece here is part of my bed cover. It's what holds it down, and you can see it is this what come with the bed cover. So this is almost an identical type connector, a clamp, as what holds the bed cover in place. So it is just doing the same thing, holding the bed cover a little bit better than what it would be without that. It's got one more clamp holding the bed cover. And then this this knob hand tightens that bed cover clamp, and then this knob lets you adjust this piece to match up with your bike position. So all toolless, nothing to do. Once you set it up the first time, it's set it and forget it. If you want, you can just leave it there all the time. Like I said, that's what I do. So let's take a look a little bit further about how this thing works. All right, and then I just flip my bed cover all the way up, and it leans against the window. It's got a bracket here, a brace here that kind of holds it in place so it doesn't flop around or fall back down. I've driven on the interstate at 80 miles an hour like this. It's what it's designed for. Doesn't hurt anything. So again, if you have this type of bed cover, it just kind of leans up against the window. This one's got a lot of padding. I'm sure they're all made relatively the same. It does take up a little space in the front of the bed, and we'll look at that as we get the bike in. And this, by the way, is the short bed, 5 feet 7 inches. So that's pretty that's one of the things that makes this rack so effective, is that it allows you to get the bike in with the front wheel turned 90 degrees, because that's the only way that you can close the tailgate. So we'll take a look at how all that works here, and how I load the bikes. Alright, this is the no lift, no Macho Man method. Pretty easy to get the bike in there. Right, so the first thing I do is the right brake lever is the rear brake. So just clip that or squeeze that so the back wheel is locked, and then just pop a wheelie. I know I kind of went out of the camera, but it's hard to do this. But then you can see I just roll it up on this back tire and set the front tire down in the bed. And so I've only had to lift the front end and use a little bit of leverage for that. And then now I just grab the bike rack down here and just lift the back end up. Very easy. And I should have mentioned, but I have the kickstand down, and we'll take a look at that. So you just leave the kickstand down, so it's holding the bike in position there, so that you've got it set there, and then you can climb in the bed of the truck to do the rest of it. I don't have a tailgate step, so that was the stool that we saw earlier. I just used that to climb into the truck bed. And so let's climb into the truck bed and finish what we're doing. Okay, before I move along to securing, show you one more thing I do. All right, this bungee here came with the bike rack. And again, I'll try to put a link in the description for the rack. But that bungee came with it. And then this bungee is an add-on I did. I think it is 3 feet. It was labeled as 3 feet long. I think I got from Home Depot. But I'll show you why I added the other bungee in. It does well, or maybe well enough with the bungee that comes with it. But for long trips, like I'm driving an hour, hour and a half, couple hours away with the bikes, I just feel more secure with the second bungee. And you can see this first one I've got in a tie down, is in the front corner of my bed, and then this other one I've just got connected to one of the forward box links, I think is what they call them there. But we'll show you how we use both of those bungees on the bike. When I pull the bike in, you can see this side, which I'm getting ready to hook my bike to. I just both bungees are in their positions on the tie downs, and then I just lay them over the bed so they're out of the way, and then the bike is ready to load. Okay, here we are where we last left the bike, just kind of propped up on the kickstand there on the tailgate, and then like I said, it's sitting up there all by itself. So next I'm going to climb in and position it in the truck. Just up on my step, and then roll this forward. You see a little bit of what I'm doing. And then with this short bed, this front wheel has to be turned 90 degrees to the truck, so I can close the tailgate. All right, I'm sure that was hard to see, but you can see I just got my wheel turned almost 90 degrees to the truck. Got it pushed up to the front corner of the bed. And then if we look back, here is the bike rack. And then, like I said, this is already positioned, and the first time you do it, you'll have to just adjust these. Again, they just screw and unscrew, and you can twist and turn this thing in many different directions. So it's got this strap. I put it on so the strap is on the bottom, because that way it's easier to see what you're doing. And then it's just a rubber stretchy, and you give it a good tug and over that rack, and then it's in there, sitting there. Now we're going to go back and secure this front wheel. Alright, and now this is why pre-positioning those bungee cords is so helpful. So it's already hooked in that bottom tie down point in my bed, and I'm sure that every truck's a little bit different and every truck's a lot the same. And then I just wrap it over the top of the fork, wrap it over the top of that fork, and then give it a stretch and hook it to my box link. And again, some trucks have those, some trucks don't. You just have to figure out where yours will hitch or connect to. And then now that is helping secure this so this front wheel can't roll around on its own. Now, one thing I found after many, many miles and many, many uses of this is you do not want this bungee super tight. All it needs to do is just to keep this wheel from being able to roll backwards. I'm pulling on the bike, but if it was loose, it would be able to roll and tip the bike over. You just want it just enough tension to kind of keep that front wheel pressed up against the side of the bed. So good and tight, which is how I strap everything down, is not the method here. Again, just a little tension on that bungee is all you need, because if you got too much tension and wants to pull the bike over as you're going down the road and flop on the edge of the bed, but with it like this, it doesn't go anywhere. 80 miles an hour for hours and hours on the interstate, and it is good to go. All right, now the second bike I'll do, just kind of see the Papa Wheelie technique again, but and then you also notice I've got batteries in both of those, so if it is a bit of a weight for you to hoist up, you can always just take out the battery and relieve that much extra weight, but I leave them in. I find it is not really hard at all to do. All right, so once again, just squeeze the brake, pull it up, Papa Wheelie, pull it up until the front wheel is on the tailgate, and then I just grab the bike rack and lift and push it in, and again leaving the kickstand down so I can park it when I'm done. All right, second bike in, and you can see the bike rack piece is connected up just like the other one, hooked there to the back chainstay, and then I've got the gray bungee hooked up just like I did the other one, and those are all, everything's there and secure. Both of them fit in the bed just nice. So now the green bungees. All right, I'm not sure I'll be able to do this one-handed, but you can see the bungee for my gray bike that's on the left side of the bed is going to hook to this aqua bike on the right side of the bed. It's going to cross over. So it is already again pre-hooked and in place on the bed lock, and then I'm just going to put this over the fork. All right, that just goes over the fork, and then I just hook it to the fender mount right there between the forks. And what that does is, sometimes going down the road, long trips and whatnot, like I said, this bungee that came with the rack tends to want to pull this bike over onto the bed rail. You can see the kickstands on this side of the bike, that bike. This bike, the kickstand catches it if it ever did that. And like I said, sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. And when you're on the interstate at 80 miles an hour, you don't want to pull over and fix your bike. So this has made it to where there's no pulling over and fixing the bikes any longer. And then now the gray bike, the bungee comes from the right side, pre-hooked, goes over to the bike, which is on the left side, over the fork, and then back down to the fender mount. And so now everything is secured and nothing is tipping or falling over. All right, so there it is. Everything in, everything secured. Super simple, no muss, no fuss. When I want to go biking, it's just load up and go. Don't have to drag out a rack and break your back trying to get it to hook into the hitch and tie all that down. It's just really, really easy. So come up to my tailgate, and there we go. Again, a short bed, and the bikes are in with the tailgate closed, secure, and ready to head down the interstate at 80 miles an hour. So pretty sweet. One of the best things I ever bought. I have 3 hitch-mounted bike racks, and I'd take this any day over any of them, and I spent $1,000 on some of them. Didn't spend hardly anything on this. It is sweeter than canned beer. So please like and subscribe. It helps us do more videos. Check out the channel. There's some more e-bike videos on the channel. There are lots of RV videos on the channel, and I've got some kayak videos on the channel. So there's probably a little bit of something for everybody, both modifications and repairs. So check it all out, and we'll see you on the next video.